Hello and welcome to DevLog3 of Game 3023. In this devlog, we were supposed to do a little bit of a fight scene mostly, and I will just run the game and show the purposes of the scripts that I created. First, I'm going to show the GitHub. This is the DevLog3 branch, and we have three new pushes, new commits. So when you run the game, just gonna open the console. When you run the game, the player will can move to the other side. Uh, the chance is obviously high enough. The chance is not enough. So now the player is on the battle scene. In the battle scene, however, if you can see there's a panel, there's a UI panel with like four different skills, but you can use these two. They're just there. First, you need to start using the firewall. You use the firewall. If you can just clear it here. You use the fireball, you see the enemies. It says player used fireball and enemy HP is 80, and then enemy attack and player HP is 82. If you press the heal press and player HP will be 100, and enemy attack and player HP is now 88. So once player starts attacking or using any skills, then the other enemy will start attacking the player. And if you use the electricity, which is the maximum, is gonna cost a lot for the enemy. And player use electricity, enemy is HP is like 45, as you can see the bar as well is like 45% of it, and player is 74. If you use defend, however, the enemy will only drain half uh, of like the power. So if I use the defend, since player is defending, so enemy attack and player should be 65. So it wouldn't be, as you can see, it's mostly it's like almost 12, but like when the player's defending will be 6. So basically that's all about the showing. Now I'm gonna go to the script. In the script we created the game manager, I created the battle manager, and battle actor and abilities. So first I created three different objectable objects, which is basically like the fireball and like all the abilities. And then in this script, I create the battle actor, which is gonna be the player, both player and both the enemy. Uh, the max, sorry, it's the max HP, is the current HP, and basically it's just gonna see where is the player is dead or no. And then in the other script we have the ability script. In the ability script I created the asset menu, RPG for ability. So the players, like the ability will be under the RPG files. And then I created like a little RPG like description for the player to add any ability that they want, and in the execute function, which can be accessed to the other folders, we have a user and a target, and it depends like which one is the target and which one is the user. So the player is user and the enemy's target, as you can see here. Just show it to you to the other scene. That was it. As you can see here, in the player, like basically the player is uh, the user and the other one is the enemy. And yeah, that's basically it for the this part of the code. And now we're going to the button script, which was the same thing, which is for the previous assignment in the player controller. However, we added new stuff. Just as you can see here, we created like a cooldown and everything was for the last assignment, but in the battle scene, just created the last encounter time. And then most of the stuff that we did was in Battle Manager. In the Battle Manager, I created like two slots for the sliders and the slider for buttons, like a list of the buttons and the bottom panel, and abilities as a dictionary, and depending on Boolean data type. In the start, I set the sliders to the value of them, And in the dictionary, I created fireball for abilities, all four abilities, and the ability keys are these ones as well. They should be all in order. And basically, the names should be all this stuff. And here, all the ability that I put: fireball, what does it do? Electricity, what does it do? Heal, what does it do? Defend, all the things, and the enemy turn. So the damage for enemies pretty much random, between 10 to 20, depends on the time. But if the player is defending, the damage will be half. And this is basically all the code that was done for this devlog. Thank you for watching.